So we spent a number of weeks discussing the malacha of bishul and then the dinim d'Rabbanan of hatmana and shehiyah and chazara. And what I wanted to do now is a related topic in Siman Shin Yud Ches Halacha Aleph. We already started is the question of Maaseh Shabbos. The halacha is that if someone violates Hilchot Shabbat, is Mechal Shabbos, so the Ikar Din, with a lot of details, is that one is not allowed to be neheneh, one is not allowed to get hana'ah from any Hilchot Shabbos. This is a din d'Rabbanan, most likely, as we'll see, a din d'Rabbanan, a knas, that we're not allowed to get any hana'ah from Hilchot Shabbos. What this means is that the Chachamim, Chazal, basically, Hilchot Shabbos are essentially what we will call an Isser Gavra. I'm not allowed to cook. I'm not allowed to do Borah. I'm not allowed to do Tochen. But Chazal went along and not only did they create an Isser Gavra that already exists, but they also created what we'll call an Isser Chalos. The product of the Hilchot Shabbos. The product of the Hilchot Shabbos is also slapped with an Isser. This is the idea of Maaseh Shabbos. This is the prohibition of getting hana'ah from Hilchot Shabbos. In light of this idea, once you have this concept that Chazal created an Isser Chalos on the Totsa'ah of Meleches Shabbos, of breach of Shabbos, then you can understand, at least on some level, that this halacha will even apply when a Gentile does malacha on behalf of a Jew. If a guy goes ahead and cooks for a Jew, so the halach is, we'll see them of course in a moment, but the Gemara Maseches Beitza, Daf Chav Dalet, says very clearly that the Jew is not allowed to get hana'ah from that chilul yontif for Hilchot Shabbos on behalf of the Jew. Why can't he get hana'ah? After all, a guy is not mitzvah in Shabbos. On the contrary, a guy is not allowed to keep Shabbos. True. But if he did malacha on behalf of Yisrael, even though there is no Isser Gavra on the guy has no prohibition himself from doing malacha, but Chazal created an Isser Chalos that the Yisrael is not allowed to get any hana'ah from Hilchot Shabbos that is done for him. This is the basic concept of Maaseh Shabbos. Again, what Maaseh Shabbos means is if Shabbos is violated, whether by a Jew or by a Gentile, done for a Jew, the Jew is not allowed to get hana'ah from the Hilchot Shabbos. And the reason the Shulchan Aruch places this in the context of the Malach of Bishul, it's not limited to Bishul whatsoever. It applies to many different malachos, all the malachos, but the reason it's placed in Hilchos Bishul, in Siman Shin Yud Ches, is because of the Mishnah that is cited in the Gemara, the Brisa that's cited in Maseches Chulin, where the Brisa says as follows. It's a bit complex. We'll just get a little bit of an overview and then look at some of the concepts behind this halacha. Hamevashel b'Shabbos, if someone cooks on Shabbos, b'shogeg ye'achel, b'mezid lo ye'achel. Divrei Rabbi Meir. Rav Meir says if a person cooks on Shabbos, the mevashel himself, if he did it b'shogeg, so then no knas. He's allowed to eat the food right away, no problem. If he did it b'mezid, then he, the mevashel, lo ye'achel. He is not allowed to eat the food. Rashi explains, bo bayom. On Shabbos he can't eat the food. After Shabbos, ad shetechshach, only then is he allowed to eat the food. We give him a knas. Rav Meir says, a lenient view. If he did it b'shogeg, it's mutter, no problem. We're not going to be kones if it's b'shogeg. But mezid, however, we're going to make a knas. He can't eat the food until after Shabbos is over. That's the view of Rav Meir. Rav Yehuda Omer, b'shogeg ye'achel b'motzei Shabbos, b'mezid lo ye'achel olamis. Says Rav Yehuda, if the Aveira was done b'shogeg, the bishul was b'shogeg, then his shogeg is Rav Meir's mezid. Rav Yehuda's shogeg is Rav Meir's mezid. What did Rav Meir say b'mezid? The mevashel cannot eat until Motzei Shabbos. Rav Yehuda says, b'shogeg you can't eat till Motzei Shabbos, the knas applies, and if you did it b'mezid, then you can never eat the food lo ye'achel olamis. And Rav Yochanan HaSandlar, he is the most machmir view. He's going to take Rav Yehuda's mezid, and that becomes his shogeg. Watch this. Rav Yochanan HaSandlar says, b'shogeg ye'achel lamotzei Shabbos la'acherim. He says other people, not the mavashal, can eat the food Maaseh Shabbos if it was cooked b'shogeg. Lo, but he cannot eat it ever. Aser olamis. However, b'mezid lo ye'achel olamis lo v'lo lacherim. Rabbi Yochanan Sandler says if it was cooked b'mezid, then no one can eat the food ever. It becomes mamish aser be'achila. This is the position of Rabbi Yochanan HaSandlar. As we will see when we get to the halacha l'maisa, is lahalacha we do not paskin like Rabbi Yochanan HaSandlar. There will be a major machlokas between the Shulchan Aruch and the Vilna Gaon whether we paskin like Rabbi Yehuda or like Rabbi Meir. The Shulchan Aruch seems to paskin lahalacha like Rabbi Yehuda, the intermediate, more machmir view, and the Gra is mekel like the shita of Rav Meir, and that is the practice of the Vilna Gaon. In any